Everyone, welcome to another Titans Breakdown video. This time we're going to be looking at episodes 3 and 4, entitled Origins and Doom Patrol. Now, you'll notice that there are less Easter eggs in this episode than previous episodes, but that's okay because both of these two that we're going to be looking at today are really good, probably my favorite so far, so there's a little bit of give and take. But before we get started, I'd like to issue a quick spoiler warning. Alright, let's dive in. The first reference in episode 3 comes when Starfire is going through Rachel's room. She finds a picture of Rachel's mother with some nuns at a place called St. Paul's, conveniently located in Covington, Ohio. Now in the show it's revealed that Rachel's mother went there to hide Rachel from her father, Trigon. However, in the comics, after finding out that she's pregnant with Trigon's daughter, Raven's mother tries to kill herself. However, she's stopped by Azar, the spiritual leader of an interdimensional temple called Azarath. This is where Raven grew up hidden from her father. However, this is where the similarities diverge, because in the show, the nuns at St. Paul's lock Raven up against her will. However, in the comics, the children of Azar are pacifists and would never come close to doing anything like that. The next couple references come up in flashbacks. The agent that young Dick Grayson is talking to is named Jessica Perez, named after artist co-creator George Perez. She mentions that Dick's parents' death may not have been an accident. In the comics, they fall to their deaths after the trapeze snap as part of an exhortation threat by mobster Tony Zuko. Later on in the flashback, young Dick Grayson jumps out of his bedroom window, with the Gotham City skyline in the background. You'll notice one of the buildings resembles Batman's cowl. Titans fans will notice that Rachel's father, Trigon, gets mentioned a lot in this episode, albeit never by name. Trigon first appeared in New Teen Titans number 2, created by Marv Wolfman and George Perez. One of my favorite references in this episode is the Twilight Zone pinball machine. We hear a shout out to Hitchhiker's Lane, a reference to Season 1, Episode 16 of the original anthology series, as well as the 1983 Twilight Zone movie. There's a sign that says 300 Maple Street, which is a reference to Episode 22 of the first season. And of course, no Twilight Zone Easter egg reference is complete without the man himself, Rod Sterling, who's pictured on the machine. Lastly, when Starfire searches this storage facility, she reads sheets of an alien dialect. Also in the comics, when she arrives on Earth, she speaks a strange language. However, the font is different from the show and the comics, so technically it doesn't count. Episode 4 begins in Congo. A sick boy named Gar Logan receives a strange treatment curing him of his disease, but at the same time changing his skin and hair green. This boy would later be known as Beast Boy. In the comics, after coming in contact with a rare illness, his father tries to revert the illness by injecting a serum contrived from the West African green monkey. But of course he gets superpowers instead. This is a comic book after all. After escaping St. Paul's, Rachel and Gar come across a dying deer. After touching it, Rachel's able to heal it. In the comics, this is referred to as empathy and is one of Raven's most prominent powers. Gar's bedroom is full of Easter eggs. I saw arcade machines ranging from Pac-Man to Space Invaders, as well as Cuphead playing on his TV. After Rachel asks Cliff if he's a robot, Gar injects that he is a robot man. In the comics, Cliff Steele's superhero name is Robot Man. The subject that the Doom Patrol works on is named Shailene Leo, and she's a Chinese-American member of the Doom Patrol. Even after the team disbanded, Shailene remains slightly active in the superhero community. Her power gives her the ability to transfer and control fire, although in order to have complete control over it, she needs to have special energy gloves. All of the original members of the Doom Patrol make an appearance in this episode, except for Steve Dayton, also known as Mento, Beast Boy's adopted father. All of their origin stories are referred to as well. Cliff Steele was injured in a car accident. He then had to have his vitals transferred into a robotic body, turning him into Robot Man. After an Air Force exercise gone wrong, Larry Taylor came in contact with the Negative Force, turning him into Negative Man. And lastly, Rita Farr was once an actress, but after coming in contact with a skin condition, she became known as Elastigirl. No, not the one you're thinking of. The Doom Patrol was to be created by Arnold Drake, Bob Hanley, and Bruno Permani, and first appeared in My Greatest Adventure number 80. The final image of the episode is of Chief sitting in a wheelchair, listening to We Will Meet Again, a nod to the Doom Patrol spin-off show coming in early 2019. All the same characters are set to return, and set photos have leaked, confirming Crazy Jane will also make an appearance at some point in the show. However, Timothy Dalton will be recast as the Chief. Dalton is also known for playing everyone's favorite male chauvinist, James Bond. And that's it. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you want to join the conversation, feel free to check out our Facebook group, Casual Experts. If you're interested in supporting the channel, we do have a Patreon. Make sure you subscribe with the bell icon so you don't miss another video just like this one. You can follow me on Instagram at BLKX. This video is edited by Becca J. Bacon. You can follow her on Instagram at Becca J. Bacon. Did I miss anything? If I did, make sure to leave it in the comments below. All of our social media and Patreon will be linked in the description. Until next time, my name is Luke Sittenauer, reminding you to be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.